Alright, well, better get my Alright, so here we are in Elma, New York, what I like to call the Elma Triangle. And I'm going to tell you right now, I've had more problems on this job, not that it's anybody's fault other than just the natural order of things, I guess. But I've been here, this will be the 5th time. A couple warranty issues, some blown hoses, really a combination of hardwood, bramble, softwood, which is fine, but the hardwood stuff, yeah, this machine does a great job at mulching. But one flaw that it does have is the hydraulic disconnect for my implements. Unfortunately, the hoses are right up under the step, the little valve, and there's 4 hoses, well, a few more. You got 2 for each thing, 2 for each cylinder, and then 2 for the flow. And so anytime you pancake, which is raising your head up and squashing down and, you know, all that, the hoses are just heavily exposed, right? Whereas, you know, it's not like I'm doing something that shouldn't be done. Pancaking is a very common thing to do when it comes to forestry mulching. So I need to make a guard. There's one of 2 ways I can handle that. I either need to make a guard or get rid of the hydraulic quick attach and go with a manual and just not have any hydraulic function there at all. It's the only spot that I have any issue. I've replaced 5 hoses for that same problem, right? You know, again, Einstein's definition of insanity is, you know, doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. We all know that doesn't work. So, that beautiful piece of property. I think he said there was like overall, there's like 200 acres out here or more. So today I've already got most of the mulching done. I've got to finish up a trail, but before I do that, because that's where all the problems want to start, I'm going to scrape it out. He wants it all scraped off so that he can plant straight in the dirt. So that's what I'm going to concentrate on this morning. Is basically cut in a trail, and we put in a food plot. And we're going to scrape off all the food plot and clean up some of the trail a little bit, and go from there. Now, back to the problematic hoses and all that. But one of the biggest issues is when I do blow a hose on the quick disconnect. Here I have a 2,500 pound mulching head on my setup, and I can't detach it. So in order to replace the hoses, I gotta pull the step off and do a bunch of stuff that I normally wouldn't have to do if I was able to detach the head. But since those hoses are involved in the actual mulch head, or in the actual quick disconnect, well, there you go. Once you lose pressure, you ain't disconnecting nothing. So that gets like crazy problematic because I can't really field fix it, because I got to get it home, I got to raise the head up, I got to pull the door off, raise the head up, put it under some jack stands so it doesn't fall on me. I got to climb out of the machine up over everything because I can't open the door with the head where I have to put it. So therefore, like I said, the door has to come off. And yeah, it's just a really royal pain. If I can figure out a guard, that'll be great. But if not, while I continue to forestry mulch, I'm going to probably go to a manual setup if it's not too expensive. Just because, man, the grief that would have saved me. If I could field fix my machine, right on, I'm an hour and a half away here, so the amount of gas that got burned up, or fuel that got burned up, traveling back and forth, everything that had to happen. Yeah, it's you know, like I said, I don't walk away from a job, even if it's a bust. I still, you know, gonna get your work done for you because that's what you hired me to do. But yeah, so this is all trail that was here. A little rough, just had a little clean up himself, but I think all he really does is run a four-wheeler down here. And not sure where the power folks come in at, because we're getting ready to see when we break out of these woods. We're going to be coming down power line area and whatnot. I'll say it again if I've said it once before. I'll take this out of sitting in high-level meetings. There's no fun in that. Not saying this is always super fun, because I can promise you this, it's not. And it's definitely not for the faint at heart. You know, my saving grace is I'm able to fix my own machine if needed. I'm not constantly running to the manufacturer unless it's a warranty thing, which, like I said, I had two of those. Some pretty oddball ones too. But yeah, beautiful morning here in Elma, New York. That's ELMA. Just for anybody who's curious. I don't mind doing a little traveling. Really, this one, you know, really put a hurting on me. Again, the two biggest ones were really the warranty claims, which I'm going to tell you right now, if you're looking to get a skid steer and you want really good customer service, because most people that know me know that's my biggest pet peeve with just about anything. I think it should be everybody's. Customer service completely is screwed these days. The guys at Niagara Frontier, amazing. I mean, looking out for me, get my machine in. They know I've got a ton of work. And I'm freaking out because I need to get the work done. And twice now in warranty claims, they've got me fixed within a day or so. Matter of fact, one of them was a half a day. And I got home. I was home for like 4 hours, you know, and they called me up, got your machine fixed, warranty issue, come pick it up. Awesome, you know. Had a bad coupler that was spitting out my forestry hose, and you know, instead of having to take it to them, I went to them. They warranted me a new coupler. I was able to put it on myself, so no problem there with, you know, having to force an issue with them doing it. I don't know. If you're looking to get a machine and get really good customer service, Niagara Frontier, your people. That's just that. You know, I've got a John Deere excavator, and to be perfectly honest with you, I've had questions about certain things and I never get the answers. So there's that. So right now, I think I'm going to be pretty much a New Holland house if it turns into a house at all. You know, which I think it will. Got a lot of work, and I am considering possibly taking on some help. I don't know. I kind of want to stay out of that realm. Yeah, if I sound funny, I'm bouncing around in here. It's isn't exactly the smoothest land in the world. Of course, it wouldn't be. It's all out here like it is. We shall see. This weekend, we got a new addition coming to Lone Wolf. Not a person, but another piece of equipment that you'll see showcased here before too long. I'm hoping it'll help out quite a bit with a lot of these food plot scenarios, because it seems to me I'm doing a lot of them, and I enjoy doing them. So I want to be able to provide the best scenario. You know, a lot of these things are, you know, it's like guy I knew that had a chrome shop. You know, he used to say all the Harley guys would wait until the last minute in the spring to want their stuff chrome, and they had all winter. And then he gets backlogged. Well, it's kind of like the fixing of the properties. You know, you can't just go in and forestry mulch and expect to have a food plot ready to go. I mean, there's a lot more to it. You really, if you want to do it properly, you really want to get the root balls up. You know, there's all, you know, it takes extra time and extra machinery. I charge a flat rate across the whole board, so it's not like anything costs more than the other. But it really takes a little more time because you want to get all, you know, as many of the root balls and stumps really out of the ground, because if you have all that in there, how are you gonna till it up? You know, your tiller's not gonna go through root balls. It's not gonna go through 4-inch tree stumps, even though they're ground down to the ground and everything is nice and flat. You know, it takes a little while for that to ride. Now, if you got plenty of time, sure, get it all done up in the spring, summer. Wait till the following year to really get in and look at it. Maybe throw some stump kill down, but like some of these spots, as you can see here, I mean, putting stuff down is, you know, it'd be a lot of it. This is all, you know, what you call it, bramble and this, that, and the other thing. Oop. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. You can't put your machine on snell or snail. You're already traveling. Anyway, my camera. Let me fix that. I think I fixed it, but I'll probably hit something else here in a minute. Trying to get to the opening of our food plot without knocking my camera off the skid steer. Let's take it off snail. Hope for the best here. Trying to keep from knocking my camera off if at all possible. Like I said, this trail isn't really meant the way the customer wanted it. Really meant to like bring vehicles or trucks down. In a sense, you could and you can, but as a whole, it's just for four-wheelers. You know, maybe a small little tractor, but I'm not sure how the game plan's going to go on planting. But yeah, last time I was here, luckily enough, I was able to put a good 7 hours in. Questioning what all this is. What you're seeing coming into all this is what, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 11 hours. And this was all super thick. You can see now it's all a nice open spot here in the middle of the woods. Let's find out where we're going to put all this stuff. Oh, that's a faux pas. I always do that. Forget I got to put my bucket down a lot further before I can open up my door. So where are we putting it all?
Anywhere from like right there into this corner.
Now your trail starts over there, though,
yeah.
Right? So,
yeah, just leave. I mean, if you even want to block that off, that's fine. It don't really matter. Just kind of hide as much as you can off into the woods or off.
Yeah, over in this this corner here.
You can. You can kind of push a bunch right there. I was looking at.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll start scraping everything back this way, and then I can push it, you know, from there.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, that's why I'm looking at getting a bulldozer to make life a little simpler.
Is that gonna be the best way to back drag it? You think?
Yeah, I'm gonna start with that and see where we go.
Right. Sweet.
Because if I go forward, it just bogs up.
You don't want to pick up dirt and shit.
Yeah, I get a much better deal if I back drag. And
I ain't worried about everything tiny, you know. I mean,
well, it'll get a lot of it up.
yeah. Sweet. Sounds good.
All right, let me get on it.
Yep.
This guy has been very patient, which is awesome because that's the thing is I try to explain to people. You definitely got to have some patience in this because I charge half of what everybody else does, but I do that for a reason. It's just me. I don't overbook. I always leave plenty of room for having to reschedule because you got weather, you got accident warranty, just this problem, that problem, stuff happens, right? You can't always count on any of it to do what you would like it to do. Of course, in a perfect world, that would be the case, wouldn't it? All right, folks. Well, I'll just do some of this. got all said and done. Looking good. Scraped everything off for the most part, much as I can with a bucket. Like I said, I got a new device coming, hopefully this weekend. It's gonna make short order of scraping off the mulch if that's what somebody wants. But yeah, it came out really nice, I think. A lot of troubles out here. There were problems with the machine, a couple factory defects, like I said before. They're all straightened out, and thanks to Niagara Frontier, New Holland, for staying on top of it and helping me continue to get my work done. There's a trail there that I cut, goes back to a nice wooded, clearing wooded area, and then this is the way I come in. But yeah, so all this, his whole deal with 2 trails and all this cleared and scraping it off and all that came out to 15 hours. And you know, not shabby, because 15 hours is costing you $18.75. I dare anybody to get all this work done for that.